Alright guys, BLM here. We are back with another episode of The Witcher 3, Blood and Wine. We're gonna do Where Children Toil, Toys Lay or Waste the whatever. Fuck this mission.
Need to come back during the day.
It is the day. Oh, it's morning? Okay, fuck you. This will be the last episode I record for right now. I've been recording all day, pretty much. So, yeah. Actually, I mean, I started late, though. So, whatever. But, either way.
For a week or the sun bakes our pates. We've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you. You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to weld your bum with my belt. Come here.
I can't stop thinking about Edge of Extinction. Oh my god. Yeah, at the end of the last episode, I read the new spoiler about Survivor 38, and from Redmond, so this is a reliable source. Yeah, let's just do Not Your Concern.
All you need to know is, as long as I'm here, you're not
The
gonna
fact
touch
that
the boy.
the jury is everyone in the fucking game. Fuck me. I can't wait for the season to bomb. It's gonna be so fucking fun.
Leave the kid be. Piss off.
Oh no. No northern sheep.
Okay. And people are talking about how this is like the new Redemption Island. To be honest, I don't think it's that bad. Because I think at this point, casting at least cast people who are willing to play the game with her. Like, because I mean, you got. I don't think we're gonna get a group of people that allow Boston Rob to get to the end with Natalie and Philip at this point. Like, I don't think they're. I don't know though, but they allowed Wendell and Dominic to get to the end, so who the fuck knows? But fuck me, that oh my god, Survivor 38. That's gonna be fun. Look, so many people are complaining, and obviously this is a terrible direction for Survivor. But for just having one season of this, I'm not 100% that upset. Like, one season of this, I'm fine. If we do it for the rest of the show, then fuck this. I'll still watch it, but it'll definitely not be super fun. And to be honest, I do think they'll recognize that this was a bad decision and change their minds. But
had a little misunderstanding.
yeah, this is gonna be fun.
I see. As the Duchess's protege, you may go. But this lot, that's another matter. You'll come with us. Some time in a cell ought to scare the dimwits out of you. Come on.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it could still be a clusterfuck of a season. Like, it could be like the next Survivor Gabon, for all we know. I mean, like, I'm not gonna complain too much until it starts airing.
You're very good with your fists, sir.
It could be like the next Gabon, the next Nicaragua, the next any one of those other clusterfuck of seasons.
Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Wait. Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stamp. A seat, sir, please. So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can.
Don't we have like 9,000 on us right now?
Understand?
Like, why is it like freaking? I mean, like, I don't know how
Box,
currency
too.
works in this world.
New polishes, new brushes.
Like, how many crowns is
If
like
I've enough coin left, I'll buy
that
a
much?
share
Like,
in
is
the
like is
laundries.
one crown like a
It was water
dollar
for free.
essentially?
Got it all planned out.
I
Like, is
should
it like
think
that
so.
sort of equivalent where like
Capital is
us having
all I
9,000 crowns in our fucking pockets is just like ridiculous? Even though earlier we had like 42,000 or whatever. Yeah, let's do this.
Not about to contribute to your shady venture. You'll tell me what you know, for free.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. As you wish, sir. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron. Gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go.
Oh, you're here.
Yeah, I think like over time, like having watched so many Survivor seasons recently, I've kind of become desensitized to needing a full-on like great, like a season like Millennials vs. Gen X, or a season like Kageon, or any one of those type of seasons where it's like a perfect mix of like characters and gameplay and that sort of thing. I think at this point, like after watching like Survivor South Africa season 1 and 2, and like yeah, whatever, like some of these other like good seasons but not like great seasons, I feel like I'm okay with like those sort of seasons of Survivor. I mean, if we get a season like Australian 2002 or like the 2 UK seasons, then fuck me in the ass. But outside of that, I think I'm fine with whatever direction Survivor goes with at this point.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect,
because again, the reason I watch Survivor is to, for the most part, is to watch the strategic gameplay, the social dynamics, and how those work out. And again, one of the most fun things for me is analyzing people's games, and specifically the winner's game.
Saw that.
And that's still possible with something like this. Mind you, if someone gets to the edge of extinction bullshit and then comes back to the game at Final 5, then like wins an immunity, and then wins the fire making challenge, gets to the end and wins because they were with the people that were in the that are now part of the jury the entire time, that's not great. I think the worst that's easily the worst winner of US Survivor. I think, like, again, comparing it to the international seasons, the English language international seasons, I still think Guy Leech is a worse winner. And then depending on how they play, I mean, they'll be on, more than likely they're going to be a better winner than Vanessa as well from Survivor South Africa season 1. Like, which are the 2 bottom winners on my winner rankings, mostly because they were voted out and came back into the game. And both of them have a lot of issues. Like, I mean, even if other people are voted out and brought back to the game, which automatically makes you a low tier winner, I think almost anyone from US Survivor would be above the 2 winners that I'm talking about right now. Because the problem with Guy Leech is the fact that, wait, where were we going? I mean, that he was voted out as the merge boot, came back into the game at final, when there was the final 3, him and someone else came back into the game, got to the final 5, the other person he came back with convinced the other group to vote someone else out, someone that was already like out of the initial final 3 out, which was really dumb. Then it became a 2-2 tie at that point. At the next vote, they won because of having less previous votes, right? No, and then they had the same previous votes. Then the jury got to vote out who got voted out, which was really dumb. And then he got he got taken to the final 2 by the other person. Like, essentially, he had a built-in Final 2 alliance when he got brought back into the game, which, there's that, and also the fact that he was just kind of out of the loop when he was even there. That, and also the fact that he was, obviously, he was the merge boot, came back at the Final 3, which is ridiculous, and also the fact that he, fuck, there was one more thing that was in my mind that I was, like, gonna complain about it. I can't think of what it is now. I mean, either way, I mean, he's the worst winner of. Oh yeah, the fucking. He actually got to go to Ponderosa. He didn't have to live on a fucking island for. Like, at least like Vanessa, at least she had to live on a fucking island after she got voted out. And like, if like someone got to Redemption Island or someone got to Edge of Extinction Island, whatever the fuck it's called, and got brought back into the game, at least they were still like in they were like in the game. Like, I mean, Guy Leech legitimately got voted out, was in Ponderosa with the thought that he wasn't coming back into the game, got to eat as much fucking food as he wanted, do all this other shit.
Is his lover?
I don't rightly know.
That's Siriana, right? Or whatever her name is.
help feeling I've seen that face before, though.
And then yeah, he came.
Used recently.
Then he even he barely even won too. He won by a 3-2 vote.
Nice tune.
Indeed.
So it's like, I mean, I just think he's got to be the worst winner.
A true
And then you got Vanessa, who again is pretty bad too. I mean, again, she did get voted out. I mean, she got voted out a bit later though. She got voted out, I think, at the final 5, right? Then came back to the game again at the final 3 with someone else to make it a final 5 again. But the thing is, she was vulnerable at the final 5 vote, and she actively did things to get her through that vote. Like her and MZ got Jacinda to join them, to turn on her old alliance, get rid of Gareth. And the problem there is also though that I mean, the way that the entire endgame worked there with the Final 4 and Final 3 is kind of bullshit. She won Final 4 immunity, which guaranteed her a spot in the Final 2, which is kind of bullshit, so that's really bad as well. Also, the fact that she was willing to give up her game for MZ isn't great either. But the reason I do have her above Guy Leech is the fact that she made it further than Guy Leech before getting voted out, so that's something. Second, she was actually on the island unlike Guy Leech, but again, that's something he couldn't control, but still, whatever. And then the most important thing to me is that she actively did something to keep herself in the game at Final 5. Both of them, when the first vote that they got brought back, they weren't immune. The problem is, one, Guy Leech was actually the person the other person was trying to go for, and also the fact that he didn't actively do anything like to save himself. The other person that he was in the final 2 with at that point, the other person that got brought back as well, was the one doing things for him. So there's that, compared to Vanessa, who came back in with MZ at the final 5. So her and MZ had a final 2. They were against Gareth, Zane, and Jacinda. And what happened is that because Vanessa and MZ had a great relationship with Zane, Zane decided to flip, and he agreed to vote out Jacinda. Then Gareth, who had alliance with Jacinda and Zane, decided, well, fuck, I can't vote for either of them, so I can't vote for Jacinda, but I also can't side with Jacinda because I'll be in the minority. So he decides to throw his vote away to Zane. And then, so the vote up to that point looks like it's going to be a 3-1 vote for Jacinda to go home. But instead of what they do, Vanessa does, that I think is brilliant. And Jacinda was going to vote for Vanessa because MZ won immunity. And what I think is so brilliant is that MZ and Vanessa are able to pick up Jacinda, tell them, hey, Gareth and Zane are coming after you. So they get Jacinda to flip on Gareth and get Gareth out of the game, who was the biggest threat at that point. I mean, if that was the actual final 3 of Jacinda, Gareth, and Zane, Gareth wins that game, and it's not even close. So the fact that, and because everyone's taking him in that situation, and if he gets to the final 2 against Zane or Jacinda, he wins the game. So it's like, I mean, really, Gareth got screwed out of the game there, for one. But yeah, I mean, okay, what are we doing right now? Sorry, I got so caught up in that fucking thing. I think it's that, right? There we go. Yeah, this is where we find out what's been going on, right?
Look, slips of paper, name on each.
But I think what Vanessa and MZ do at that final 5 is very, very impressive. From a strategic standpoint, because they could have just easily survived, and with the potential of them still being targeted, there was still potential of Vanessa getting blindsided there, but instead they take it into their own hands. They go to Jacinda, tell them that Zane and Gareth have been lying to her, and get her to flip as well, so that the 3 people that get votes in that tribal council are the 3 people that were in the final 3 before the 2 people came back. Like Vanessa, the only one immune out of the people, not immune out of the 2 that came back, did not get any votes, which is mind-blowing, while all the other 3 people did get votes. I think that's so brilliant there. Mind you, everything else she does in the game is pretty shit. But at least she does that one thing. which is why I have her above Guy Leech. But again, I think almost any winner of Survivor up to this point, if they got voted out and got brought back, like if let's say like Mike Holloway, if he didn't have that immunity idol at 7, got voted out, and then there was Edge of Extinction, he came back at Final 5 and won immunities to the end, I think he's still a better winner than Vanessa, and a better winner than Guy Leech. I don't know. What are we doing?
Not how I'd put it. Doubt it's how the Duchess will see it either.
I trust you to convince her. Then
I just still think he's a better winner than Guy Leech, and whatever. Because the thing is, first off, Guy Leech, again, as I said, had no clue what the fuck was going on when he came back. Also, the fact that he was the merge boot. He was voted out super fucking early and got to come back at the final 5, or at the final 3, whatever became the final 5. But either way, not great. And then the problem with Vanessa is the fact that really her entire game before she got voted out was really just nothing. Like, she didn't really do much. Like, she had a good relationship with MZ, was willing to give up her game for MZ, actively told people to vote her out instead of MZ. So that's not great. She comes back to the game, gets voted out, comes back to the game, makes a good move, and then also is willing to give up her game for MZ and fails at giving up her game for MZ, which is even funnier. Is that the end of the mission? Oh, it is. Okay. Wow, we're only 16 minutes in. Okay. I believe last time... So now we're going to the winery. I just realized that. Yeah, last time, this took me like 30-something minutes. So I don't know why it took me that long last time. So let's continue on. I might as well just continue talking about Survivor stuff, or reality TV stuff. Because I like to keep it contained, usually. I don't like... I like to, not infect every episode of reality TV stuff, because I like to talk about reality TV stuff, especially from a strategic standpoint, because that's the way I look at these games of Big Brother and Survivor, is usually through a strategic lens, or game-focused lens, I should say. Okay. Oh, it's just on the other side of the city? Okay. Let's go there. Yeah, I am currently watching Survivor Maryland too. That's been fun. I obviously haven't watched any episodes since the last time I talked about it, which was last night. But I'll probably watch some more today. Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, yeah, Survivor Maryland's pretty fun. Again, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, what is it? That Austin Trapp, is that his name? The guy that does Survivor Maryland. That, oh, he needs to be hired by CBS right now." It's like, I mean, first off, yes, he is good, but I mean, the thing is, like, I just find it so hard. Like, I don't like. It's hard to compare this to real Survivor. I just don't feel like it's really a comparison. Though the initial, like, the game itself is obviously exactly the same. But the context of the game is completely different. I feel like it's tough to rank, like, to compare it to regular Survivor. And people talk about how great the editing is. I mean, the editing is like, I mean, from season 2 it's pretty shit, to be honest. I mean, it's got, like, there's a lot of the votes, like, you don't really understand why the votes happen that way until, like, the next episode, where in the previously on he talks about how it happened that way, but it's like they don't actually have the footage to show that why it happened that way. Okay, let's do that.
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast, I couldn't kill it, didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not
I love
quite
how she says
simple.
we when she's by
Beast is
herself,
powerful
and I
vampire.
guess I say we all the fucking time when I'm doing these videos, so who am I to say anything?
Too much for a witcher, a monster slayer. But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight, or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only
Like
work in
these
legends and
these
fables.
other international seasons of Survivor, I think those
When I was
are
a child,
a direct comparison you can
Grandmama
make to
Adamanta
US
always
Survivor and
claimed
talk about why they're complaining. But I feel like people saying, oh, look at the characters and look at the editing on
But it won't get the
Survivor
job done.
Maryland. Oh, US Survivor can't stand up to this. It's like, I mean, it's a completely different thing. I mean,
Excuses.
but then again, I mean, like, this is something I will say. Considering that all these people in Survivor Maryland are just college students that are going to the University of Maryland, it's a pretty good cast for, like, just being a group of randos that decided that, hey, I might as well do this semester. Let's pick that one.
Go ahead. Send them to their death. Certain death.
And I think when you get to All Stars, it's like it's picking out a lot of the better people from those seasons. So it's like that's really like why All Stars has been really good so far. It's pretty much. I would say like what it's a 21-person cast total. I would say like 15 of those people are like the best people that were on these other seasons. It seems like, and then probably like 6 of them are kind of just like. Like whatever, we'll put them in the cast. Why not? They want to play. Like I mean, like again, like Ashley Roach and like Rebecca. It's like I mean, did we really need to see those people back? No. But I take it as they were the only ones willing to come back, or at least they were like the better ones out of the ones that were willing to come back at that point.
Dead wrong.
But then yeah, I think it's also the problem is I don't think they had enough All Stars necessarily, because obviously there were only 4 seasons, and I mean the problem with this problem with this Survivor Maryland thing is the fact that obviously this is real people going to college, and since like when he did All Stars in season 5, by then, a lot of the people from season 1 had already graduated, is the way I'm assuming it. I think that's why there's only one person from season 1 on season 5, is because all the people from season 1 had already graduated. And I think like all the people from season 2 were like already seniors and stuff by that point, or whatever else. So it's like, like you can't really go that far back since all these people are college students. So it's like, I guess that is a tough thing to correlate as well. Because, like, isn't it kind of weird, like, Survivor Maryland, like, a fucking, like, 40-year-old comes to go to a college to play a Survivor game? It's like, I don't know, that's kind of weird.
And he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust.
Yeah, like, considering all these people are just, like, random people from, a university in, like, University of Maryland, I think it's pretty impressive the amount of good characters that they're able to get. Mind you, I think there's also a sense of comfortableness or something. I don't know the way to describe it, but like because like these people are essentially in their homes, like they're in their dorm rooms, like doing what they would normally do. They're just recording it. So it's like there's a sense of comfortableness there that wouldn't be there on Survivor, where you're like hungry, starving, doing things on your own. So I do think that's also a big factor there, which is another reason why I say like it's kind of hard to compare. I think like some of the people on there, I mean like just from the season I'm watching, season 2, I mean I think like Chris LeCompte is a fantastic character. Chris Thomas is a fantastic character. Nicole Senti is a fun character. Who else is there? I can't think. Who else was brought back for also? Ryan Siona or kind of just whatever. Again, Ashley Roach and the other one. Rebecca, I think they were really just brought back just because they had no one else. But yeah, again, like Chris LeCompte, Chris Thomas, Nicole Senti, 100% All Stars there. Ryan Siona so far have just been okay. Like they probably weren't like the top tier of people to bring back, but they were like whatever. I'm trying to think of who else is on this season that like I don't know if there's any like real snubs for All Stars though from this season so far.
Yes. The west bank of the Sala too.
Like I'm trying to think.
Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak.
I mean, like Steve is the winner of the season, and like he's fun. I mean, he's fine. Again, him with LeCompte is fun, but yeah. I mean, first off, no winners come back, so I assume that there was a thing there where like he didn't want to bring back any winners. And 2 is like also it's like I don't know. He's not the biggest character. Like I would rather have like LeCompte and Chris Thomas and Nicole Senti back. But anyway, then like Phil. I don't know. Phil, like I mean, it's funny that he gets so much airtime on the show. He's like one of the top confessional getters up to this point that I'm watching, and but he doesn't act like he's a pretty boring person. It seems like when he's doing his confessional, he's not super energetic or anything. So it's like I don't know. He's kind of a weird one. But yeah, I don't think there's actually really, now that I think about it, I don't think there's really any major snubs from this cast that weren't on All Stars.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too
See, I just think like really in an ideal world they would have like another season of worth of people to bring back. Like if they had like 5 full seasons of people, and then we're able to bring back All Stars from those seasons for All Stars. I think that would have been more interesting. Because I feel like with All Stars they just didn't have enough people. Though the people that they did bring back, in that were brought back because they were good. They're good again. I mean, it seems like people like well, I mean, like Lecomte, like Chris Thomas, like Schubel, like everyone else that's on Survivor Maryland and All Stars, like Evan, Micah, and Shannon, that group. Which I know that they're in an alliance in season 4 that I haven't watched yet, but again, season 3 and season 4 are the 2 seasons I'm more excited to watch than season 2 here. But I mean, I might as well watch season 2 since it's there. I want to watch season 1, but it was never finished, so there's no point in really watching it. And I looked up like how far he got, because if it got to like the final 5 or something, I would still watch it anyway. Just like, why the fuck not? But like it was only edited up till like not even the merge. Like it was still like a couple episodes away from the merge, so it's like, well, it's not really worth watching then. Okay. And actually, now I think about it, I think, oh, never mind, I'm wrong. I was gonna say, like, out of the people that even made it to Final Tribal Council, I don't think that many, like, I think Nicole Senti was the only one brought back, but I forgot about Feluke also came back. But either way, I thought that was Yennefer for a second there. Like, I was like, when the fuck did Yennefer get here? But now it's the fucking, Anna Henrietta, just in a fucking cloak thing.
Have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure, but he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately,
Can I hurry up?
another vampire can kill a vampire.
Okay. This is Wine is Sacred, which I think we're like halfway through, right? Around. Trying to think. I think we're around halfway through this DLC. Mind you, the path that we're going to take though is different from the path we took last time. So I guess looking at my old playthrough isn't really super accurate.
Stay back, Your Grace. We shall see to this. Help! Save us!
Let's drop. Thank you.
Back, you beast!
Oh fuck. Okay.
Save us!
Okay.
Beast! Be gone!
Done. Time to move on.
How far are we? 28
It has
minutes.
been done for.
Thank you.
You saved our lives.
Oh, where's our horse?
Hey!
Oh. Come on, Roach.
Go, go. Tell me more about this vineyard, Castelvino.
It's the best in Oltusa.
Is it that
An
one
old
up there?
master
On?
of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabricio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now.
Okay. I assume they're coming here.
I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant. Could be the steward. Could be the one who was just stolen from the estate.
Okay.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the
Okay,
beast
we'll
of
end the
Ockham.
episode after this cutscene then.
Well, we've our hands full.
That'll be it for
Especially
today.
since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabricio. I am well.
Your grace? We were not warned. I shall
Oh yeah,
order
the
Simon
Dragon Ball
to
Super
attend at once.
Broly
That won't be
trailer came out.
necessary.
Forgot about that.
As you can see,
That
we
looks
are not
awesome.
here on an official visit.
I think yeah, like as a kid, I was an enormous Dragon Ball fan.
What has brought you to
Like
Castel
wrote a whole bunch of
Rebello?
Dragon Ball fan fiction and everything. Like I was an enormous fan. And I love Dragon Ball Z, even GT. I know a lot of people hate GT. I love GT. Even though it has its issues, but yeah, and Super came out. I never really got into it. I need to get. I want to watch it eventually. Like I finished the Frieza arc, which is ironically where I stopped was when it finally got to original content, because obviously the first two arcs are just expanded versions of the movies, which I had already watched up to that point also. But yeah, now the Broly movie is coming out, which is interesting because now that means Broly's finally canon. Because I watched the shit out of the Broly movies as a kid, even Bio Broly, which I know a lot of people hate, which isn't great. I mean, it's not a great movie, but watched the shit out of that as a kid. So yeah, I'm excited for the Broly, this Broly movie. Broly looks a bit different, but either way, I mean.
At least a dozen others work here.
Whatever. It's cool that Broly's finally canon.
Wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Sonreal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration.
Yeah, like I watched the shit out of almost all the Dragon Ball movies when I was younger too. The Dragon Ball Z movies. The shame is that all of them aren't canon. Like they're not canon at all. I wish some of them were. Like I mean, because I think some of them you could fit them in. Like a couple of them. Like, but most of them, there's definitely glaring issues there, which is a shame because I do think like some of the movies are legitimately good. I think like I like Dead Zone is a fun movie. I think like World's Strongest, Tree of Might, and Lowered Slug. I'm not a big fan of any of those three.
Some of this wine might have been
But then you got
just a suspicion we had.
the other one.
Any burglaries
Was it
lately?
Cooler's Revenge and The Return of Cooler? Both of those I really enjoy. I really enjoy obviously the three Broly movies. Like I said, even though Bio Broly is the worst out of the bunch, but still I really enjoy them. And I know Broly's like a controversial figure in terms of Dragon Ball, but I love Broly. I always have.
Your Grace?
Even though I understand why other people like have problems with Broly, but whatever. Then BoJack Unbound. I love BoJack Unbound. Love Fusion Reborn.
Which means one of two things.
Am I forgetting a movie? Super Android 13. I was a big fan of that one. And then Wrath the Dragon's pretty good as well.
From under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person.
Yeah, I think this is the first movie being branded as Dragon Ball Super, though, isn't it? The Broly one, because I think the like Resurrection F and
in the main cellar.
I can't think of what the other one's called.
I'll show you.
I shall find it.
Oh, what was it called? Battle of the Gods. I think those are both Dragon Ball Z movies, right?
Here it is.
Not Dragon Ball Super, because Dragon Ball Super wasn't announced until afterwards. So yeah. All right, we'll end the episode here. Next episode, we will continue on. But for now, I guess, thank you for watching.